In the shimmering heat of the Jordan Valley, the walls of Jericho stood tall, stone and pride woven together. Behind them, fear stirred. The people had heard the stories. The Red Sea split in two, manna fell from heaven, and the God of Israel was leading his people into Canaan. And now those same wanderers, once slaves, now soldiers of faith, camped at Gilgal, their eyes fixed on Jericho's gates. Joshua, successor of Moses, was no ordinary commander. His sword was sharp, but his strength came from obedience. One night, as the stars burned above the desert, a mysterious figure appeared, a warrior with a drawn sword. "Are you for us or our enemies?" Joshua asked. The stranger replied, "Neither. I am the commander of the Lord's army." At that, Joshua fell to the ground. The message was clear. This battle would not be won by might but by faith. At dawn, the Israelites began their march. No siege towers, no battering rams, just priests blowing shofars and the Ark of the Covenant gleaming in the sun. For 6 days they circled the city once each morning. The people of Jericho watched from their walls, confused, taunting, then silent. Only the haunting cry of the trumpets echoed through the valley. Dust rose beneath the feet of thousands, and faith grew with each circuit. On the 7th day, the air was thick with tension. 7 times they marched, the horns sounding louder, the sun blazing higher. Joshua lifted his hand. "Shout, for the Lord has given you the city." And they shouted, a roar of faith, a fury of freedom. The earth trembled, the walls cracked, and with a thunderous crash, Jericho's mighty defenses crumbled like clay. The impossible had happened. As the Israelites surged forward, one house alone stood untouched, the home of Rahab, the woman who had believed before seeing. She and her family were spared, proof that mercy stands even in judgment. The rest of Jericho was left to ruin, its treasures dedicated to God, its name cursed to remain a warning through the ages. Joshua's fame spread across the land, not for his sword but for his obedience. The lesson of Jericho was carved in stone and faith alike. When God commands, walls, no matter how tall, will fall. Centuries later, the story still speaks. It tells of faith that walks in silence until the moment comes to shout, of a God who topples human pride with divine purpose, and of a truth that echoes louder than any trumpet. Victory belongs not to the strong but to those who trust and obey. The story of Jericho reminds us that God's plans may defy human logic, but obedience to him will always succeed where human wisdom fails.